So you go into Punta Cana, all-inclusive hotel for the 10th time, and you're thinking, I've seen every single palm tree on that beach. What else can I do? How about spending a day at a beautiful national park with turquoise lake and prehistoric caves? Let's explore more. Hey guys, today I'm gonna take you on an adventure to explore a beautiful national park close to Santo Domingo in Dominican Republic, Los Tres Ojos. Just like the last time, I'll try to pack 3 hours of our adventure into under 10-minute review. Technically, we spent only 2 hours there, but I rounded it up. First, I want to mention that we were also staying in Punta Cana, Dominican Republic, which is a full 2 hour ride from the national park, whether you go by car or by bus. We booked a group tour because I do not like driving in different countries. The tour bus came in time, and when I say in time, I mean within 10 minutes of the announced departure. So that was not too bad. We didn't have to wait for long. And after that, we had to pick up the rest of our group, which was probably the most exhausting part of the whole journey. Just because the bus needed to go to different hotels, and then we had to organize all of the people in the same spot, change the buses. So it was a little bit exhausting, and the whole process took probably about 30 additional minutes. It was a full sized bus, but our driver behaved like he was in a high speed chase from the cops, or maybe in training for the NASCAR race. I do not know. Because the way he was driving was crazy. Thank goodness I was sleeping most of the way, so I didn't notice it as much, but I heard the stories. Fast forward to the time when we came to the beautiful park. The tickets were included into our tour, so I have no idea how much they were. Our guide was also fluent in English, so we didn't have to worry about translation and we had to just be there, relax, and take pictures. Tres Ojos, which means three eyes in Spanish, is named after three stunning limestone sinkhole lakes that you find there. We were also told that there are multiple lakes in the park, meaning more than three, but the park was named after the three lakes we were about to discover. So we started at the upper level, overseeing the entire area. From the upper level, you can kind of peek in and see where different lakes are, but you wouldn't be able to tell that unless you know what to look for. After our tour, I was able to point out different areas and recognize where the lakes were. So the three lakes we're going to visit are La Nevera, El Lago de Azufre, and Las Damas. And I'll take you closer to each one. As you're getting down the stairs, you can see the revealing beauty of the park. But just be careful. Those stairs are pretty steep, and you have to also watch your head if you're tall. The stairs do have the railing, so you will be able to hold yourself as you walk down. You're greeted with the lush greenery and the nature sound all around you. It does feel like a real cave. But also at the bottom, I could see a small crowd already gathering. So you have to be really quick to take those pictures.
The first lake is El Lago de Azufre, or the Sulphur Lake. It was assumed that the bottom of the lake was covered with sulfur, but it turned out to be a mistake. Still, the name stands.
The color of the water is incredible. As we arrived, the place just started to get busy, and we had to swap places with different groups later on. We were told there is really nothing living in the lake. But look at this little guy swimming and enjoying the day, right? Well, if you want to experience the same, unfortunately, you're out of luck. No swimming is allowed in the lakes, so do not unpack your swimsuit. To get closer to each lake, you need to go up and down the stairs. And sometimes the path is not wide enough for two people. So if you have any mobility issues, then this place may not be as accommodating for you to get closer to the water. Regardless, you should be able to see and take pictures from the distance. It's still gonna be an amazing experience as getting closer to the water. Next up, we're headed to La Nevera.
La nevera means refrigerator. Who knew?
The lake is called a refrigerator because the water is noticeably cooler. The sun never directly hits the lake, so the water stays pretty cool around 70 degrees Fahrenheit. We were also told that there was a private company that organized a ferry going to the internal lake for a fee. Of course, being a bus tour and a group tour, which has its downsides, we didn't have time or ability to go on a ferry and check out that additional lake. If you're not limited on time, consider this extra service. As I said before, you will experience lines at each lake, especially if you want to get closer to the water. I did not go closer on this one, but I still was able to take a lot of beautiful pictures. And our final stop is Las Damas, the ladies' lake. It is the smallest lake of the three, but it's also very beautiful. I was so amazed by everything. I couldn't stop taking pictures and videos of the area. And the cave that surrounds the lake looks almost prehistoric. Just look at that. Also, as I mentioned before, the caves are filled with stalactites and stalagmites that have formed over 1,000 years ago. So just enjoy and take pictures. There is an amazingly beautiful park in Carlsbad, New Mexico, here in the US. So if you ever wanted to visit the actual caves and look at the stalactites and stalagmites, how they formed over the years, visit that place. Absolutely mind-blowing and breathtaking. So this was the end of the lower level, and we went up to the upper level to get to the last lake and just see the area. Overall, the park has really good restrooms, which is important, the fast food spot, and of course the gift shop. I didn't buy anything at the gift shop, so I have nothing to show you as a proof, just the pictures and the footage.
And now we're off to the final lake, which name I cannot pronounce. We had to go to the upper level and walk just a little bit to see the lake from the distance.
On that last lake, I believe we were told that there is no access from the outside. I didn't check it out myself, but as you can see from the picture, it's all surrounded by the trees. We've spent about 2 hours at the park. I don't really think you can spend less time there in the area because of how many people were there, get around the crowds, waiting for a perfect shot or for a photo to be taken. You have to stay in line. As you can see, the Tres Ojos National Park, natural wonder, mix of tranquility and absolute adventure. Don't you want to see this beauty with your own eyes? Thank you again for joining me for this video. If you visited the area and you have a different experience, I would love to know that so I can share with other people. Be safe and keep living your life to the fullest.